Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy first Monday of 2026. Can you guys believe it? I am shocked that it's January again and we're at the start of a new year. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday and hopefully it was relaxing. But I wanted to kick off this year with a reading vlog because I've come to realize these are the type of videos that I love to watch and consume and also make. So I wanted to share what book I'm reading, the first book of 2026, and I am reading Six of Crows. I'm so excited. I've never read this duology, which I know is shocking. I feel like everyone and their mother has read it, but I saw it on Kindle Unlimited, so I was like, this is my chance to read this duology. I haven't read Shadow and Bones. I have watched the show though, so I feel like I know enough of this universe to dive into this series or duology. So really enjoying it. I'm 40-ish% into book one. Oh my gosh, this is exactly what I needed because I personally love the Netflix show and I'm so upset that Netflix canceled Shadow and Bone because I feel like this would have made, the plot that's going on right now in Six of Crows would have made for excellent TV. So really bummed that we did not get this, but it's also filling that gap of wanting more in this universe because every time I would watch that show and finish it, I'd be like, I want more. I want to stay with these characters. So I'm so happy that I'm finally reading this. Also, another reason why I picked this up is because they did rebrand these books slightly. I know new covers came out, but with that, they also aged up the characters in the new editions of these books. So I was curious if the Kindle Unlimited version got updated, and it didn't. So the Kindle Unlimited version still has them in the 16 to 18-year-old range. I think in the new release of these books, they're in their young 20s. So just an interesting nugget in case you were curious, because I know I was. Just wanted to kick off this reading vlog. We'll do some reading. I also want to reflect on 2025 and talk about my 2026 goals for the year. It's much later. I finally finished the first Monday back at work, and woof. It wasn't terrible, but it was definitely an adjustment trying to get back into my routines. Anyways, it's later. I've done some reading and I'm now watching Bridgerton. I'm specifically watching Queen Charlotte, and I'm doing these rewatches to prep for the new season that's coming out later this month. And I feel like people don't talk about Queen Charlotte enough. I love this season. I love Farmer George. It's so heartbreaking, yet just so heart, just tugs at the heartstrings and emotional depth in this one. And I'm just remembering how much I've loved this season because this is my first time rewatching it, I think, since it came out. So anyways, I'm just thoroughly enjoying that. Also, let's talk about good old Six of Crows. I'm now 53% into the story and I'm just eating it up. I'm really loving it. I realized I haven't read that many books with a heist plotline, and it's fun. I feel like I need to read more books with a heist plotline because it's exciting. There's a lot going on. I will say the chapters are really long. That's my only con, is that they're hefty and beefy chapters, but I'm honestly enjoying every moment of it. I'm loving the multiple character POVs. I thought I wouldn't love that as much, but I think because I already know these characters and I'm picturing the cast from the show while I'm reading this, it's just perfection. The casting of the show for the Six of Crows people, chef's kiss. And yeah, so I'm just enjoying my cozy evening, trying to relax, decompress from the first day back at work, and I'll probably check back in. Oh, I definitely want to check back in to talk about my reading goals for the year, but maybe we can do that later this week because I'm still kind of fine-tuning them a bit. guys, I finished reading Six of Crows and oh my god, I loved it. Obsessed. I loved the whole heist storyline, the found family aspect. I loved the multiple POV chapters, everything about it. Obsessed. And the way this ended had me a little shocked. I did not see it coming at all. I figured there would be like a twist or like not a betrayal, but just like something would happen at the end, but didn't see it coming. So now naturally I have to read book 2. So I'm immediately diving into Crooked Kingdom. Haven't started yet, but that is my goal for tonight, to dive into that. Also, I wanted to share my reading goals for this year while I gave this update because, I don't know, I just wanted to share like what my thoughts are around this year. So last year, I really leaned into like fantasy, romantasy, and the genres that I read, and I only read a few genres outside of that, really, like a few romance, one thriller. My goal last year was to read more, and I just didn't do that, and that's okay. I think though for this year, I really want to be better about just like reaching out in the genres that I read. So I'm really gonna lean into fiction reading this year, just general fiction. And I think I just need to be more intentional with the books that I select, because I feel like the reason why I don't pick up fiction as much is because it's like I make excuses like, oh, I'm just not in the mood for that right now, when reality is I don't know if I want to read it or not. And usually every time I pick up a fiction book, I'm always impressed and I'm always like, wow, I need to read more. So that's one of my goals, is just to be more mindful and intentional with the books that I'm picking up. I obviously want to read more audiobooks, so continue to listen to audiobooks, and my goal is to do one a month, and I think that's really doable. I honestly picked up an audiobook listening in the second half of last year. Work was really intense and stressful and my eyes were just tired, so I didn't necessarily want to read physically, so that's where audiobooks stepped in. So I just want to continue listening to audiobooks while I can on walks or when I'm working out or just like in the car. So still doing that. And then I still want to read 2 classics. I read 1 last year and my goal was 2 and I didn't make it happen. So I'm going to just keep the goal for this year of reading 2 classics. Again, just being more intentional with the genres that I'm reading, not leaning too heavily in one or the other, but those are like the general gist of my goals for this year. I do have like personal goals, finance goals, and then like content goals, but those are a little bit more personal, so I'll keep those to myself. But that's just like the gist. This year I just want to be more intentional with the things that I do. And also, I guess one of my personal goals is to do less doom scrolling. I scrolled on my phone mindlessly way too much, and I catch myself doing it and I'm like, what am I doing? Like, why am I not paying attention to the show that I'm watching right now? So this year is going to be the year of hobbies, the year of like really just deconstructing like how centered I am around my phone. So those are some goals that I have. I would love to know like your reading goals for this year, or just like any goals that you have that you think would be fun to share. In terms of also reading goals, I want to read at least 40 books. I think that's doable. Last year I read around like 55. So I think 40 is doable. That's the goal that I set last year, and it felt really low stakes because I knew I could hit it. So it's going to be a non-pressure reading year of just trying to branch out in my reading. You know, if I don't like a book, I can always DNF. I always feel like I forget that DNFing is an option, but it's there. If I'm not enjoying a book, I can put it down. I don't have to force myself to read it. So those are a few of my goals for this year. I would love to hear your goals that you have for this year. Also, you guys, so much to chat about. So much content is coming out today. Traders gets released, so really excited about that. And then we're gonna have a new season of Tell Me Lies. Really excited about that. Don't know how much more dark and twisted it can get, but I'm gonna be sat and ready for it. People We Meet on Vacation, the movie comes out tomorrow. So excited, prepare to be sick of me on social media, but I'm really excited. And then what else? There's something else that I wanted to share. Oh, I watched The Rookie with my mom. That's like a cable TV show on, I think, ABC. So that came back on, so I'm watching that. I'm just booked and busy with content to enjoy right now, and it's nice. It's nice having stuff to watch, you know? So anyways, that's enough of me rambling. I'm gonna read some Crooked Kingdom today, hopefully, and have some initial thoughts on it. But so far, I'm really loving this duology, and I cannot believe it's taken me this long to read it. just did a little bit of mood boarding on Pinterest. This is one of my favorite things to do at the start of a year. Also, like, just throughout the year, I love making like seasonal mood boards as well, but I made my yearly 2026 mood board to just help envision what I want to achieve this year. So I really enjoy it. I love Pinterest though, so highly recommend doing your mood boarding on Pinterest. It's so fun. And I wanted to give a few updates. One of my goals also for this year, I think I told you guys, was to do less doom scrolling, and how I'm going to do that for Q1 is through coloring. So each quarter this year, I would like to try out different hobbies. So I'm gonna do coloring. My mom got me a lot of coloring supplies for Christmas, so very excited to dive into this. So I have some color pencils, a few coloring books, and I plan to just listen to my audiobook and do some coloring or watch a movie maybe. But that leads me to my reading update. I've been listening to Crooked Kingdom on audiobook, and we just like dive right into like where book 1 ended. We are already planning and scheming on how do we get Inej back, and I'm enjoying it. I love these characters so much, so I really don't have anything negative to say. The audiobook is really enjoyable. I listened to a few chapters of Six of Crows on Audible when I was like driving and I wanted to like keep reading, and it's an ensemble cast, so each POV chapter is narrated by a different voice actor. Love it. So entertaining, so good. So I'm like 12% in, so I've just started the book, but I'm thoroughly entertained. I don't know how it's going to end. Like literally, I have no idea what we're gonna do. Worried for our girl Inej, but I'm sure Kaz and the team will get her back. No worries there, but yeah, those are my little updates. Just mood boarding, gonna do some coloring, gonna continue reading. Hello besties. I wanted to give one final update before I concluded this reading vlog. So a few things. I decluttered my phone last night, particularly my photos and my photo album. This is something I like to do at the start of every year, and I highly recommend everyone do it. It just feels like a small task and yet you feel accomplished. So anyways, I was decluttering my photos, and you guys, this time a year ago, one, it was snowing in Dallas, which is wild because the weather we've been having this year, it's literally in the 70s. So crazy that a year ago it was snowing. If that's not an indication of global warming, then I don't know what is. And then also a reading thing that occurred a year ago today is that I had already finished 3 books in 2025 at this point in time, which I've only finished 1 as of right now. So we're slowly easing into 2026, but I was just shocked that I had already read 3 books and was already giving reviews on them. So anyways, I guess I may be in a little bit of a slump. I don't know, but with all that said, I'm now like 25% into Crooked Kingdom, and I think I'm gonna like this one more. Shockingly, I thought Six of Crows would be my favorite out of the 2 because the heist storyline is so fun, but this one and Crooked Kingdom, the stakes are much higher because Inej has been taken, so I think I'm gonna like this one more. It's also just devastating to see Nina right now. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen to her. I'm afraid something is going to happen to one of our characters and it's gonna devastate me, so I'm preparing for the worst. And we also met Jesper's father. Loved getting him, loved getting to see that dynamic. It just added a nice levity and just funness to the situation. So really enjoyed that little moment that we got. But yeah, I'm probably just gonna keep on listening to the audiobook / read on my Kindle. I'm enjoying it. And I think that's gonna be it for today's reading vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I hope you guys have had an amazing start to 2026. And I'll catch you in my next video. Bye guys.